Seniac builds a royal household. Me. Cool. But where is your protection? Seniac. Someone could say royal castles are the most interesting things to see. But what I want to see, how do milking buildings work in the Cannibal Nation? Seniac. More vehicles mod. Me. Next episode is fixing traffic. The giraffe enclosure gets crispy. Meet Sylvania. Licks lips. Seniac. Well, let's turn on the more vehicles mod right now. Me. Let us all enjoy next episode. If you combine this with the despawn mode turn off as well, we'll keep the local hospital informed. Lol. Now just seeing the more vehicles mod and despawn mode turned off in the same sentence gives your boy serious anxiety right now. But guys, welcome back to another episode of the Falls Kingdom here in City Skylines, where we have broken all the barriers of this game so far. This series has destroyed the game. It doesn't know what is going on anymore, and last episode we did enable the more vehicles mod, which I think at the point of last episode we had an additional 6,000 more vehicles than what the game can allow, which just shows you how much more this game needs, or this series needs, from the game to be able to function. And everyone's starting to move back in. Things are slowly coming back to life. But there's one thing that we haven't kind of done, and that is turning the despawn mode off right now. Look at the amount of vehicles we've got right now. The despawn mode is turned on, so vehicles can disappear. But look at the traffic we've got right now. Now, this is solely down to the fact that, one, yes, we have got more vehicles out and about doing their thing. It is what it is. But more importantly, the city died out so bad because it didn't have enough vehicles to transport the goods. Everyone's moving back in right now because now they can. So, has this now become another traffic fixing episode? It probably has. It probably has. But your boy Snowy wants it. And when your boy Snowy asks, your boy Snowy gets. I've now turned on off despawn, which meaning these cars can no longer disappear, which now I've got to fix my infrastructure. Oh, hold on. Before I fix my infrastructure, we got a sewage issue right now. Sewage treatment is pretty high, but not all these pipes are connected, boys. Not all these pipes are connected right now. So let's get a little bit more sewage on the scene. So drop 1, 2, 3. So even though it says we've got really, really high sewage capacity, that's because it doesn't take into account some of the sewage only works on some of the nations individually. So at least if I throw these in right now, if I actually kind of create a little connection just here. Right, you guys going to turn on? You going to turn on the sewage boy? I said you're going to turn on the sewage boy? There we go. There we go. So that should solve that little sewage issue that we got over here. Are the giraffes still crispy because they burnt down last episode? But there we go. Nice. Very, very nice. So yeah, we got a lot of issues then. And it looks like it's all kind of revolving around this roundabout. So we need to fix some of this stuff. A lot of these vehicles just want to head out. Some of them want to go round. So I think it's time that we do go on to create the overpass that is needed for this area. I also want to kind of slightly sort out this as well, because a lot of them are trying to turn off to go up to here. But these guys making a left turn decided that they want to use the right-hand lane the whole way round. But even if I fix that, it doesn't really matter, because I got this cleaned up on all 3 right now that's going on. Damn, boys! But anyway, if you are enjoying this series and this episode, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're under right here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when the next episode does come out. Here is the royal family, living very royally right now. You can see the guards right now dressed in green. Damn fools! I'm joking, they're just tourists. They're just tourists right now. But let's take a look at this and let's get this all sorted. So, first things first, I'm actually going to pause it. And we're going to... How am I instantly in underground mode straight away? I just literally pressed the bulldoze button. But if I delete back by 2. Delete back by 2. And we're going to go on to create our overpass. So, from the middle, we'll actually bring it up by 8. We'll go across to just there. We'll go across to just there. And then we'll instantly bring it down. I've got to create some roads that come off it. Now, this one has to be kind of slightly angled. But again, shouldn't be an issue, boys. So there's our overpass. It's not the best, but it should do the job for us. We'll then create our little roads down the side. So let's bring this back down to the ground now at 0. And Hold on, boys, hold on. If I just do one there like that. Is that like equal distancing? Give or take, yes. And I just want to pull that from there, that into there. That would go to there. That would go to there. I feel like that one's a lot better than the other one. But if I bring this out slightly so I can slightly bend it, slightly bend you, flip you round. Bam. There we go. Amazing. Amazing. So there's a lot of stuff that we kind of have to now get set up. One, making the roads go pretty much straight so they can't go in different lanes. Two, making sure that they can, well, we first get rid of the crossing ability. Making sure that they all flow through. Sometimes they like to kind of stop on this little section, which is really weird. But that should kind of sort that little side of it out. Now, I've got to do the same here, which is going to get a little bit tasty right now. Just because this whole kind of connection, this whole section here is kind of built on a bend. So if I can... Yeah, this is not going to happen. Right, what I'll do, I'll kind of just place it down. And then we'll have to kind of anarchy all this. It's going to destroy a lot of the stuff here. So I'm so sorry, path. I'll get rid of these buildings as well. But I have to get rid of you to make the peeps happier. I'm so sorry. Right, it's actually going to be quite difficult to squeeze this one in. Because I didn't realise how close it was to the building. And I can't get that perfect snap in the middle. So what I'll do, I'll anarchy a little section just here. Alright, let me flip that round. And we're going to have to use the move it tool, unfortunately. So if I bring that over to there, that just to here. And if I kind of make it go on a slight bend just like that, that leads us in. Alright, that actually has to go on a bend like this. Like that. And then get that connected here. There. There and there. So that again does exactly what it needs to do as well. Now we'll just kind of mess around with it slightly. Create a little bit more of a... because it's all over the place. Alright, as good as. Without going too over the top, too crazy with it. Oh, did I turn off traffic lights over here? No, I didn't. Turn them off over there as well. Making it pretty much go... Oh, I've turned it back on. Making them go straight over on that side right now. Set up the junction restriction, so no crossing, please. Straight over. Did the same just here because, again, they sometimes like to kind of mess up. And then we're going to add the path back in over on this side. Doesn't really go anywhere. But it'd be nice to squeeze just at least something back in. So that allows us then to have the flyover route. So we'll be back into play mode then, and there's kind of, I mean, they're going to be all over the place right now as they now sort out their new connections and the new ways that they can now approach and get around this place. But that allows the vehicles that just want to just simply fly over, Problem would be, is because here right now we've got two lanes merging in. They're going to treat this little section here as the switch over, as they filter into their correct lanes, which could cause a lot of issues and problems in the long run. I might bulk this up into a free laner. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll just see how it naturally goes, but it really then deciphers a lot of the traffic. If they can fly over, they haven't got to go around the roundabout and hold up any more of the traffic. We'll see how that kind of ticks along. But I've turned the despawn mode off anyway, so any chaos that's about to ensue is going to be ridiculous. Right, okay, so that's going to clear some of that. So the backlog down here, does it actually go all the way over to here? It actually does. Holy smokes. Okay, that'll take a while to clear. That will take a little bit of a while to clear right now. But we are slowly moving this traffic. I think once this is kind of, this run here is all pushed through, it'll allow these guys to freely move through as well. It's not the best system. It really isn't. I don't know whether to throw a symmetrical road on this, so because it's just too many vehicles trying to... I mean, same on this side as well. They got to split the lanes. So, all right. Let me try it. It's not ideal, but let me try this for a hot min. So here, it decides that that splits into two and that goes over to there. And if I do the same on this side... well, I didn't really want it like that, but I can do it like this, where that splits into there as well. And on this side, you go in there. I don't know if that's going to work. I could have just completely messed it all up, but I feel like I've got to do something rather than just kind of leave it. Is what I've got to do. So at least they have the ability to merge into a left lane and it doesn't hold up the traffic who wants to go straight on that way or straight on that way on the outer lanes. The kind of merger begins in the middle lane. Is what I'm kind of hoping for anyway. So it is slowly moving. We're slowly getting some movement. They're not backlogged. It's just too much traffic in one little section. Look how much it flows through then. So when it does get that little break, boy, does it move. What's going on here with this vehicle? So foolish. Right, so I'm hoping once this little section here clears, it'll just kind of bulk a load of vehicles from this side through. But then you've got the issue coming down here. This is another issue right now. So let's start looking at this. There's no traffic lights all on this. So I think the easiest thing to do is first stop giving the ability for people to cross the road on the road because it stops the traffic. Forgetting the crisscrossing anyway. We're going to create little walking overpasses right now. So these can get a little bit juicy, but we'll try our best. So is 4 enough in terms of the height? Probably not. Right, if I go to there, is it high enough? No. It's always got to be by an 8, hasn't it? Right. Yeah, okay, we'll just go for 8. That's fine. So if I do it to here, I feel like we're going to delete some buildings as well because I can't get this to connect exactly how I want it to. So the buildings are going to get deleted. I'm so sorry, buildings. I will get you back in, I promise. So down to 0. So there we go. Not perfect, but I'm hoping now with the move it tool, I could bring it all in. So it looks a little bit better. And then once I kill off the ability for them to cross the road, it will then have a positive impact on the traffic, is what I'm saying. So it's probably killed off all my zoning. It kind of has, but it pushes them to these little side roads, which is okay. So if I then tell this road in the junction restrictions... Oh, wrong button. No crossing. That will force everybody to use the elevated path. Thus, again, doesn't solve the traffic on this junction, but thus allows us to now have less kind of things in the way for these vehicles to kind of move. But again, it will just kind of move the traffic over to this junction. Would be the thing. So what I'm going to say to this now then is we're going to set this up. I don't want this junction to be the one that allows people to turn in. So if I set up first the little turning spots like this, I'm setting this road up where nobody crosses over paths of anybody else. I do it further in. Okay, I don't want the first junction to be the one that kind of stops the people entering the roundabout, because that will be a big problem for us. And if I can clone this now, so if I select, bam, all of this here. I'll select it all like this just to make it super easy for you, boy. And then we copy it. And we paste it in. It should be okay there. I shouldn't have to do another one, right? Right, let me get rid of you. So yeah, it's going to destroy some of the buildings. But then junction restrictions. Get rid of the crossing ability. So again, it's just one less kind of thing in the way of vehicles getting across the junction. So we'll see how this now ticks along. We'll see how it now ticks along. There's a lot of people wanting to use these and walk about right now. So it is making some movement on this. It is making some movement. But again, we've still got to push it all the way through. So I need more movement happening. So you could argue, yo, Sediak, do the same on this junction. Now, it is kind of counterintuitive because obviously people want to get to where they want to get to. But it just pretty much means redirecting their routes. I don't... This is my biggest issue. I could widen the road, you know, and all that. I could put traffic lights down, do time traffic lights. But I'm trying to bulk the vehicles through, and they go right down to here, and then you can see that this issue then goes all the way down to there. And I've just pretty much created like a big roundabout of traffic, is what I've ultimately done, which is not good. It's not good, guys. So we got to do our little bit of a got a better setup right now to get things moving. So right. So that won't move then until all this is moved, and obviously all this won't move now until all the traffic's moved. But I'm going to give... I mean, I don't know if these guys have it, but I'm going to give these guys priority, or the ability to fly straight through, just to kind of clear more traffic out of this area. There's a lot of traffic there turning in, but the more vehicles I can get out of here, the better for me. We just have a big loop right now of traffic, which is not ideal. It's not ideal. But we could also do with maybe having this here, doing a little V. So, get a few vehicles away from all of these roads. But they're slowly coming in. That's all I can say. It's slowly happening. Because I've now kind of cleared the head of the snake. And I just got to wait for him to kind of progress through. So, do you reckon I should stop left turns here? I mean, it'll push a left turn up further up the road. But it'll allow more vehicles to flow out. I remember having an issue on here before in the past. But the traffic is not bad backed up here. So I'm just giving it a memento. Yeah, we're going to have to do something to get it all through right now. Right, okay, so if I stop them doing that turn just here, so no one crosses over, that will allow more of these vehicles to push through and get out of this area. So it just pushes the traffic to another junction. That's pretty much all it does. But it wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe stick a roundabout here. So if they want to do a left turn into there, they can go all the way up, round the roundabout, down and go in that way. But it's just chaos, isn't it? So that's slowly moving right now. It's starting to get movement up here, which will kind of push, slowly brush this all through. But I've created a really ugly... Oh, this tail end's all kind of clear as well. Okay. So I am going to create a road that kind of comes out here. An alleviation road might be the correct term. I don't know if that's the correct term. I don't think I've ever heard that word used in my life. But if I go here, I go here. Just simply allows us to have a little road that just cuts out. It might not be used for many people, but a little slip road into the area, a bit more easy. Yeah. So by not having the, or getting rid of the ability to make that left turn, it's causing some proper issues with this little backlog here. So I'm going to give that a go. So if I get rid of that ability, tell them they're going to go straight on. Tell these guys they can't turn here. Or can't go straight ahead. What would be handy as well is having like an overpass road. To get to both sides. Because I'm literally just pushing the traffic to a different location. What's this here? Just a random swimming pool in the middle of downtown. I think it is, isn't it? Oh, okay. So, the main thing is, I've got traffic flowing all the way down. That's one of my main things at the moment. Traffic flowing all the way down. With backlog for days back up to here. So, I've got to get it moving. I've got to get it rocking and rolling. Damn. I can't see them coming down here to go round to go right down to there. I think it's just a case of they're trying to get out or they're trying to come in, and it just happens to be on the same road, which is quite annoying, isn't it? Right. Okay. So first things first, then. I need to do a roundabout at some point. Do I throw it in here? I think it would be a good idea. But I also need to create, if I delete this and delete this, an overpass. So the vehicles that want to get to the other side of the area, so I bring it up by 8, obviously. We have that dedicated overpass road. So vehicles can get over, and if I just make sure then that they can't do it anywhere else. I mean, I can do it there, but I'm going to stick a roundabout there. It then allows me to have them all filtered into that to get to the other side. I mean, it could even make them do, like, go down to here, do a turn to go that way and go over. That could also be a way that they filter in. So I might not have to do a roundabout at this point. This road here might get used as they drive down, do a left, do a left. No, do a right, do a left, and they're over on this side rather than crossing over. It kind of takes that kind of ability away from me. We've cleared the road here. So this shows you here then, where instead of all coming right down, these are going out that way. They're coming in this way. We're just going to filter them in a whole lot easier. So, same thing again. I think I'm going to do it on this. Oh, which road do I do it on? Maybe on this one? Because we need that road that kind of overpasses like this. So we filter all the turning traffic on that instead. I mean, it could be ideal as well, having a little slip road turning off here and to go down into there. Why am I not doing that, to be honest with you? Let me try that. So if I went like to here, and if I, because there's a couple of nodes here, put that node in there. And it's only to turn into the area. Oh, what happened on that? Let me delete you. So I only want it to do... What's going on? Boy. I only want it to go that way. I don't want it to do a left turn. So having that little additional connection will bring and filter in traffic, which is on otherwise a quiet area for our standards right now. But we've improved it to a certain degree. So we have traffic lights here right now, which is holding some of the vehicles up. So I'll quickly kill them off. And vehicles having the same problem over here. They're trying to all turn in, like, for example, into that way. So if I pick then a little crossover point, and... But then again, if I stop them from doing the turn that way, they would utilize this way going down. But then again, all this is pretty much cleared right now. So, I think that the small little tweaks that we've now done has cleared it all through. I think just getting rid of the backlog right now just allows them to flow in a bit more easier. And the tail end is now just here. So, this is moving. So all the other tail ends will now be on their way, which is hopefully going to be a good idea. We'll keep an eye on this. I use it as like an alleviation road, but we'll keep an eye on it. But this is why I had to turn despawn mode off in the False Kingdom. It's not, the infrastructure is not set up to be able to handle traffic. It really isn't. So give that a break right now. So the main culprits would be here. So first things first then is making sure that these guys here merge in this way. Alright. So allows traffic here to continually flow through. Not sure what you're doing. I'm going to delete you. There we go. Keeps the vehicles are moving. We're backlogged again, so we are going to have to do something here. So I'm going to pause. And I'll do a little flyover road just here now. The other one I did like a normal road. Here I'm now going to do a Like a 2-lane highway in a sense. There we go. I've deleted the path there. Gotta get it back in. So having that in there then really now changes the directions. This becomes the only junction, but I don't see how they're going to turn down here to go all the way down there to go this way to go back into this area. The smart choice would be to go over this way and then cut in here to get where you want to get to. That would be the obvious choice. But we'll give it a minute or two for them to sort it all out. But this is looking really clear right now. I mean, you got the odd little issue where you got one down here. But I want to give this a little bit of time to pass through and clear through. Because a lot of them now will come down, say here. If you want to go that way, turn, and then over. Not the most ideal route, but stop some from crisscrossing. Because look how clear this road has now become. Amazing. So now it's about clearing noise backlog then. So we got the vehicles here trying to turn over. Does that road automatically go straight into... If I make it do that, and then that, like that. I don't know if it's kind of messing up, but they're all trying to merge in, but it doesn't really, they don't need to just yet. So let's see if that changes anything. But yeah, looking clear, looking good. Looking good, boys. Very impressed. Very impressed. So now it's about getting all this moving right now, which... Oh, this is looking pretty clear as well, but it's a case of now, do I bulk up the highway a little bit to maybe like a 3 lane? Because the 2 lanes, I don't think are doing it for us at the minute. Now, if I went for a 3 lane, like let's say I started it here. Like that. 2 lane there because of how the road works. I'm just interested to see what would happen. So if I set up the lane management here, and did it like this, you get down to here, it's all pretty standard stuff. Here we'll bulk it into a 2-laner. And I'll go back into a 3-laner. It's pretty quiet on this road, so maybe I can just kind of end it there. I know the lane math doesn't really work on this kind of area. But bulking it up means more vehicles can flow through. As it now has a high capacity, but obviously having a high capacity then means more vehicles can utilize it. So as looking here then, I think the same thing needs to happen over here too, doesn't it? We have this lane turned off here. I've got to sort this roundabout out, is the main one. So I wouldn't normally do this in a roundabout, but this is becoming quite the regular occurrence right now. If I have that little turn off there. Actually, first things first, let me just kind of add in 2-lane road there. We've got 2-lane road here. Let me kind of bulk this back a bit. 2-lane road here. I'll utilize a 2-lane road turn off just there. And then we'll do a 3-lane going down there into a 2-lane. Again, the lane math is all completely off. But I'm trying to sort this out. 2-lane just here. So then if I quickly sort out now the lane management. So they go both into there. And I'm going to do this now. This should be a 3-lane roundabout. So let me add all this in. We'll quickly set the roundabout up. As it should be. And I'm just going to mess around with the lanes then. So I only really want to sort this side out. So I know I've got that goes into there. That would go into here. I'll allow this to also go that way. So that's set up like this. But I don't want... Alright, hold on. So that flips over to there, but I need that to go around. So if I cancel that one to go like that, and that could go like this, it keeps them in the middle lanes for them to go pretty much straight on. See how this works. See how this works right now? We got the... Oh my goodness me. It's like non-stop right now, isn't it? I'm sure I set this roundabout up. So I don't know how it's ended up like this. Honestly, I don't know how it's ended up like this. The only ones that can go out right now is vehicles from this area. Holy moly, this is bad, isn't it? This is real bad. Right, we'll create a little kind of connection just here. An alleviation road. Just to hopefully take the slight edge. Just for now. Off some of this. The roundabout's moving again now anyway. I didn't realise how bad it was. But it is slowly starting to move right now. I don't know whether me just kind of quickly updating the roundabout and its give way sign and stuff like that has kind of fixed it. But we're moving again. We're shaking, we're rocking and rolling. All good. All good. So a lot of these vehicles should be technically turning off. See, it's annoying me that they're going around that way. So I'm going to get rid of that. I know it means that no one come around here can't turn to go into that way. But it is kind of annoying me. Right, anyway, that should now start moving. Which will eventually cause this traffic to start moving. Now, if all this is going into there, why don't I create a little slip road that does that? It's ugly as hell. I just want to see how many people use this. These are all placeholder roads that we'll eventually get rid of. But I want to see how many vehicles turn off there to go down that road. You know, as it's a quicker way to the exploitation area. Gotta do something right now to kind of take the edge off. But it's all moving anyway. So backlogged all the way up to here, which is great. Great stuff. We've cleared all this anyway. This is all looking good, so that's pretty sound. So this is my main cause right now, and I've got to figure it out and sort it out. So no one really wants to take that edge just yet. It'd be ideal to create a flyover road like we've done in the previous area, but even then coming out to this little section is not looking too great for us. So is this down to the fact that we've got these little restrictions? Can't make them fly out quick enough. So I'm going to make him do it on this just to get the vehicles out of the area. So I'll bring him out as quick as possible. We've got a little section there which is now coming into play. But I got to get the vehicles out first before I bring any more in. Now, where are you going? That's what I want to know. Where are you exactly going? You're going that way. So they're using the outside lane to kind of go around this area, which I don't want them to do, coming from this section. So that does that. Alright, so if I make this be the turn that way. Alright, just keeping an eye on them right now. So me saying that this lane here is dedicated to turn right. Hopefully the ones stuck here will use the middle lane, which then creates more flow for the traffic to go around. Now what would also be handy as well is maybe, because we got overpasses, maybe we need a couple of underpasses. Will be a good little bet for us to get the vehicles out. They don't want to use this road, do they? They really don't. But the backlog now going out is only over to here, so it's slowly moving. And the vehicles coming in is up to there, but that's because they're stuck on the highway. So I'm just giving them a minute or two for them to sort themselves out. How are they... Hold on. How are they still in that lane going straight ahead? Is there another... How are they doing that? I've told them this lane goes this way. Are they not listening to my lane math? My lane management? They really don't want to, do they? How dare they? So where are you heading? Okay. Why are you going around here to go straight up when you could have used the overpass? What's the speed limit on that overpass? It's a it's also 100 round here. Okay, so 60. 60 on the roundabout. There we go. So I've made that now ridiculously slow. So if you're choosing any road to go on right now, the overpass is the quicker route to go to avoid the roundabout. Thus, hopefully, this is all nice and clear now. Hopefully, okay, vehicle now using that. Changes a lot of these guys' mind right now. This is annoying. Just keeping an eye on how it's kind of going along. I know I've made these guys flow through just to get them out of the area. Because the backlog's kind of going to start building back up again. But their main thing is they want to go to the left. So should I create them as an underpass? It will then stop them going around, making these guys stop, making these guys stop. Look at that, I've got more vehicles now using the overpasses. It's now a quicker route. So now that I've said that is a quicker route, rather than going around here, I wonder how many vehicles turning off here didn't need to use it. And then I wonder how many vehicles are not going to be turning off there once all this flows through. Interesting, to say the least. I'm not liking how these guys are coming from the third lane crossing in. I don't know how they're doing that. They shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, the pile up now to kind of turn off is very, very minimal. But it just pushes it up to over here. Which obviously that is going to be a problem. Right. Yeah. Underpasses are now going to come into play. So if I start, let's say here, and go down by -8. Now if I just make it come up to there, and if I bring it from here, okay, it's not perfect, but just hold it just a minute. Make it 100 speed limit. So anyone making that left turn can make it so much more easier without having to interact with the island, the roundabout. So I'll give that a minute or two to kind of to play out. Now any vehicles doing the same thing here, using the roundabout to go straight on? No, they're all turning to go, well, what they would consider right. Okay. So, looking nice and clean, but that could be down to the fact that everyone's trying to filter out in this direction. I could do like a little junction here to connect to one of these roads. That would be ideal. But what's the traffic now going back in this direction? Is this just the fact that everyone's trying to sort out what lanes they need to be in? Have we got this sorted out? Not really. Roundabout's looking a little bit more clearer as vehicles can now go under the underpass. And hopefully this will sort itself out as it all progresses and pushes up. So I'll just click a couple of spots here. So everyone's in them fixed lanes to a fixed point, where they can then cross over a little bit further up. It'll cause a lot of issues over at this point now, don't get me wrong, as everyone crosses over. But we're just trying to sort it out. Because now we're pretty much going in this direction still. We're getting there. Don't get me wrong, we are legit getting there. Roundabout is beautifully clear. The only issue we got is people trying to merge into different lanes. So, 3-lane highway. How are we looking over here? Up to that point. Allows them to flow through a little bit more. 2-lane highway just here. Is it too close for a 3-laner? It is quite close, but we can get away with it. So bulking up the capacity means that I'm not liking that's an issue here. So you guys here, well, really, I shouldn't be going bam like that. Let's keep them moving and flowing. Some of them are still disobeying your boys' rules of the road. But we're getting there. We've done a beautiful little highway expansion. So this becomes our next little issue right now. It's trying to filter these through, but again, upgrade the highway like that. Because then you're setting in stone what lanes to be in. And I don't know whether to turn this whole overpass right now into a 2-laner. I mean, it makes sense. Alright, right down to it. I'll just do it on this one side first. Sort that out. Sort it out just there. So here then. No traffic lights. I've got to make them all flow in. Keep them moving. So this is the moment right now where some of them need to be in that lane. So what I'll do, because there's not much traffic coming out, I'll utilize that to be able to flip into that side. So at least then got to turn dramatically there. So this looks like widening the highway on this one side has kind of been a huge benefit for us to a certain degree. So we should look at doing the same now for the other side, because look at this mess. Got a huge. It's basically a huge roundabout, isn't it? It really is. But you've always got to start with the tail head of it, which is coming through this little area. So it's 2 lanes here already. So I'm now setting it to 2 lanes there, which I got 4 lanes going into a 3, which don't really work or make sense. Like there. So start here. Well, they all merge like that. They're all into there. Now this one's a little bit all over the place. I'll make this one be able to go into that lane as well. As the traffic's dying down right now, there's not, you can kind of really play around with this kind of stuff. So that'll give it a minute or two right now for all this to kind of sail through. But I think eventually having a connection here for this area will be hugely beneficial. But I've moved a load of traffic, which is good to see. Ooh, okay, so that's an issue that I didn't kind of think about. So that one I push it all through, hopefully then clearing some of this and moving some of this through. And then, once all this area is then now kind of sorted, it's going to take a while before the traffic really, really does reduce, because it's just backed up for days, and I've got to move all that through. So we just got to give it a little bit of time. But it is moving. That's the most important thing. It is slowly all moving. So how much demand is there to enter this area at this present time? It's not a huge demand. Unless all the vehicles are just stuck in traffic. That could be my other issue. But traffic going in this direction then. So where are you kind of held up? So it's not here. Is it the turn off over here at this point? It's the fact that it kind of continues going around. And this is probably be down to here. So it pretty much all comes back to this point again. The big vicious circle. So once you can start clearing it through, then it'll all work out for us in the end. So it's just about getting the vehicles to switch and get into the lanes that they want to be in. So if I'm making them doing it like a lot earlier, that means everyone's already fixed in their position, in their point. Now I know it's not going to work for everybody, which is why I am willing to kind of break the logistics of this, and to say that I will allow you to turn in this way, you to turn that way. Where are we held up here for? There we go. Do your lane management further down the road. So that will start clearing this, which will then hopefully start clearing this. And then before you know it, this is starting to clear as well. And then we get in there. So slowly happening. Slowly pushing through right now. So we'll start to see these guys moving. So there's going to be utter chaos right now as everyone tries and decides what lane they need to be in. But the main thing is it's starting to move. Now I could widen this up to a 3-laner as well. So first things first, if I upgrade this to a 2. And then all this one side here into a 3-lane. So it's a 2 there, back into a 3. Oh. Put you back to a 2. To a 3 there. Now, and if I started just here, then the actual 3-lane will kind of work from this little side. So that's split there. It gets split here. And then it gets split there. And split here. So at least then, if you wanted to turn off here, you're going to have to be in the far most right lane coming down, which is starting to move some of the traffic. Like I said, it's just the fact that they're going to get caught up right now in trying to kind of cross lanes and merge lanes. There's going to be a little bit of an issue, but at least it's moving. So that huge we're going to get a backlog over here now, because as we start to move this backlog, obviously it just pushes it further down the road. But it's moving. It's a moving, boys. It's a moving. We're getting there. And then this backlog here is all down to this backlog over here. So it's just a huge roundabout I've created, man. Damn, boy. He'd be crazy. He do be crazy. But it's happening. That's the main thing. I just can't simulate the game quick enough. So where are these guys being held up then? Is it just a case of... Wait, are they merging from that lane over there? I'm sure I sorted... Did I not sort this out either? Just when I thought I've actually done some stuff and then other stuff doesn't want to work. There we go. So if they were in the left lane then wanted to get over there. So this will mess this up right now, but they were in the third lane there, cutting straight across. No wonder there's so much vehicles in this one singular lane. Well, that will clear some stuff. Now, vehicles can already turn off here anyway, so at least they're not going to be being held up. Now, are we moving yet, or has it come to a... It's come to a slight standstill. As we now wait for these guys to sort themselves out. I didn't realise I didn't sort out the lane management on that little section just here. Very interesting. But this is the downside of having the Fool's Kingdom being the central area of all the highways leading in from other nations. We have pretty much created this to be technically a huge... Fool's Kingdom to be a huge roundabout. That's pretty much what we've done right now. How many vehicles we got coming in? 26,000. 10,000 more than what the game's limit is. That's scary. No wonder we were like kind of getting beat down with the traffic right now. This is more traffic than the normal City Skyline player deals with. Put that into perspective, boys. Right, it's all slowly happening then. It's all slowly happening. So that works like that. So if I make this kind of keep going here, I know I shouldn't really be doing this, but it allows us then to Kind of make them decipher their lanes a lot sooner. And everything else just kind of flows through. So if I say here will be the only spot where I allow them to cross over just there, then every other spot it's pretty much plain sailing. This whole strip right now should be completely flowable. I don't know why he's choosing to go straight over. You're not allowed to do that. It's not how the game works. Some drivers just don't even play by the rules. So this is now going to completely... Wait, there's a little section there I've missed. No. So how are you able to... I think they're the ones that are just kind of already destined for that direction before I implemented in the management. So you got to give a little bit of leeway, don't you? Wait, is there still one here, or is that just kind of like all messed up? No, I've sorted it all out. I think they're the ones that are still destined for it before I implemented it. But hopefully it all clears through. This backlog now is tailing down to here. So we're going to catch up our backlog. I mean, we're just moving the patch. So we'll backlog all of this, but then all down here will be clear. So we're just kind of moving the space slowly around. Right, okay. So we're a 2-lane here, which technically then we should be going into a 3-lane at this point. Right. Let's get some vehicle movement over on this side. So that becomes a 2-lane just there. Into another set of 3 lanes. So how far we got to go with this? Just down to here. And then we'll go 2 lanes. And then back into the 3 lanes. We're up to this point right now, which doesn't really work out too well, but should be okay. So get all this quickly set up on each little section. All the way down to here. Bam! I don't know why there's a giveaway sign here anymore, but there we go. So if I set up right now a load of this, again, I don't like doing it like this way, because but I'm fixating they should have already made up their mind what lane they need to be in, like ages ago. We'll make them choose it at this point. So everything is all fixated. They know exactly where they need to go and what lanes they need to be in. And hopefully then this will push the traffic. Clear this area, which it's getting clear again. I know there's a bit of a mess over here, but the traffic comes in stages. But that's the thing. It's painful to see. It's painful to look at, but it's slowly moving. That is all I can say right now. It is slowly moving. We're slowly getting there. Look at that. Like I said, it's all slowly moving, guys. It's just in certain areas, it's just stacked up for days. But this will just take progression and time to slowly kind of peel through. It's more freely moving than we've ever seen before. So that's a good thing, right? All the vehicles can turn off. They're just waiting to push through, but they are... Look at that. Oh, it's all clear up here right now. So this backlog waiting will slowly start moving. It just moves the backlog over to here where we had it originally free. But that's how traffic works. You get a little bit of a free patch. It all moves. It backlogs further up the road. But it's more freely flowing than it ever has done before. It's just a matter of waiting. Time. Patience. It's all going to happen. It's all going to happen. Now, if I sort this out to where they're only doing these little turns here, keep the traffic flowing a lot more. This backlog will slowly clear. Damn, it's like the roundabout of death, isn't it? It truly is a roundabout of death. But these little kind of cutting roads there I will eventually get rid of. Because they are a bit pointless for us at the minute. It was just to kind of take a little bit of the vehicles off the road so I can keep them moving. I don't know why some of them are choosing to go down there. But again, these little slip roads will eventually all be deleted. It was just to kind of ease some of the flow. It's pretty clear just here. This is almost there. We're almost there right now. It's just waiting for the roundabout to kind of filter a few more through. If I drop in the dedication just here, that'll keep the traffic moving there, which will clear all this, which will just push up more traffic further up the road. But look at how clear it's now looking around these areas. Now we've bulked up the capacity of our highway. So the only issue we got right now is just here. And we'll continue to have an issue over here. Solely because we have the traffic coming out of this way and coming in. But we're getting there. They keep stopping here, which is causing issues as well. So it's a case of making sure that they free flow through. Very important to get them continually flowing. And again, that will now cause more movement, which will move all of this. So it's happening. Very slowly. Look at how clear it is around here. Very slowly, guys, it is now happening. So then they kind of all wait over here. And what are they waiting for? Is to come all the way straight down? Pretty much. And there's a backlog there, and they're waiting for them to kind of move in. So I can give them multiple options. I can make them all do a turn here. Instead. Because this really doesn't really matter. Just solely down to the fact that it's going to get deleted soon. But if make them all come into that turn to then utilize like this road, it will keep the traffic flowing, give them more time to bring more vehicles on. As you can see, it's now moving slowly. And everyone's going to be much happier for it. This is all free anyway, that's the main thing. Free up to here, free down to this point. A little bit of vehicle waiting to get onto the roundabout, but that will eventually all clear. We're free down to this point. Just waiting again for the vehicles to enter the roundabout. This will eventually all clear. And the backlog is just there. So from there to there is just traffic. From here all the way around to here, it's now free. And this is slowly moving as well, so that backlog will eventually be gone. Then it's just a case of waiting for this to kind of pretty much clear itself. So what is the issue here then? So bam, that's how I'll set it up. I think it's everyone trying to figure out what lane they want to be in, isn't it? Because these guys coming from this side all want to get in there to go straight on, which they don't need to go straight on. I could also set up the lane management like this, where that middle lane can also turn in. So I can make this all straight here, but I can make that one turn into that one, or that one turn into that one. So they can switch over at that point. They ain't all got to do it, but they're not fully crossing over into the third lane, causing more mayhem, which will push this traffic here through a lot quicker. So small little tweaks have a big effect on the huge backlog we have to hand. And now the road is only backlogged from this point to here on this one side. The backlog coming all the way down here right now is now going to start moving more as we've cleared. We'll kind of set up a little system where they can filter into whatever lane they need to be in, which again starts to move the vehicles. And with all this clearing, we're back up and running. So a lot of vehicles trying to turn into here, but I'm hoping now as they all slowly progress through on that side, clears it a bit more. But there's a lot of traffic going on there, which is not great. Not great at all. It's all to get to this road. But if that's the worst of it, then I'm pretty amazed. And this is only looking at Fool's Kingdom. Fredonia is okay. Yeah, we don't talk about Oil Town. Woodville is alright. Northfall and Southfall are always alright. Ooh, Oil Town's got a nice bit of juice on the go over there. Karen's Crops looking alright. Apart from the trains, there's so many trains coming into that one area. Might have to set up a secondary, maybe over in this area for the other end of the line. Cargo export area. Fishtown. Ooh, there's a bit of traffic, but I think it's mainly just to kind of pass the area. But it's just a case of now looking at the traffic, where it is. There's a lot of traffic in the underground highways right now. And that is all coming in. Now, it's all coming in. There's all traffic built up, going around and going in this direction to the toll booth area, because this is all jam-packed because there's traffic all the way up to here. So we can clear the Fool's Kingdom. Just know we've got a gazillion amount of traffic still wanting to pass through from other kingdoms. Holy moly! But it's going to get a whole lot worse still, guys, before it gets a whole lot better. It really is. So let's now finally kill off this. Let's put this back to the 3-lane highway. And this will slowly pass all these vehicles through all over again. Get these moving. Get these rocking and rolling. Get these roads clear. Now, what's stopping these guys from ultimately going all the way through? Because they just seem to keep stopping and starting again. So they can flow over on this side perfectly fine. They can do it on there. Is it just a case of... I don't know what it's the case of, to be honest with you. But this is now we're going to start moving. It's going to clear, hopefully, this backlog again. And the quicker we can clear that overpass, the more vehicles can come through. So we haven't seen the end of this junction. We have not seen the end of this junction just yet. So let's make them go pretty much straight on all of this. And then we'll create our little cut through. So it's all straight for now. But that works fine. So like say I'll pick this one randomly. Where that can go to there or that can go to there. And then they can decipher which lane they want to be in a lot more easier. Just keeps the vehicles flowing. So if you're in the outer lane there, you can go into the middle lane, which you can turn off there. If you're in the middle, this outer lane, you can turn to the middle to kind of continue to go straight. It's all complementary of one another. Which, now it's, again, slowly all clearing. We're getting the green light. So it's been a long episode, guys, but I think we're going to end it for here for now. Because although we've cleared the majority of the traffic within the Fool's Kingdom, I've now got to wait for the city to come back to life because there's traffic for days. We've got to the point where we're now going to hopefully start clearing all this, which all the traffic built back up in the centre will then be able to funnel back out a whole lot easier. And, yeah. I still got a gazillion amount of traffic to still flow through this road. So is that a case of where then maybe, I don't know, we need another crossing to get into the Fool's Kingdom? In terms of highways? What are you thinking? Maybe this unclaimed kingdom can have a little connection to go straight over to Fishtown to ease some of that traffic? I don't know, guys. It ain't looking too good for us, is it? But small little tweaks make a huge improvement. Look at what we've just done in the space of this episode right now. The vehicles are flowing through. We've got more movement on the go. Things are slowly happening for us. They're slowly happening. Why are they stopping here? We have a little crisscross area here. Now, does speed limit reduce over there? It does not reduce. But it's moving. That's the main thing, it's moving. So we're going to have a lot of this. You have to wait for a lot of this to now kind of get out of here and skedaddle. Damn. We've still got so much more work to do, guys. So much more work still to get done. But if you have enjoyed this episode, guys, and you want to see if your boy can fix the rest of the traffic, then smash that like button down below. We're down to 44% traffic flow. We should have seen what it was like before I started doing all the fixes, but this is a case of now having an extra 10,000 vehicles on the road. 11,000 vehicles now at this point. Also having despawn mode turned off, you create some legit chaos. Main thing is this roundabout here, which is technically like a big roundabout for all other highways. This is clear. This is now flowing, obviously apart from this point, but that's where the majority of the traffic is coming from. This is clear. The most important thing. So any vehicles or traffic now coming into the False Kingdom can easily be directed to where they need to get to. A lot of the traffic is coming from these areas, so I might need like a secondary crossing to kind of take the edge off. Where that crossing would be, I don't know. I can maybe build something that kind of goes this way to connect over to here. Might be a good idea just to help these guys. Maybe funneling through the Meet Sylvania and then over to here, utilizing this connection, but I don't know if that will be too much. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out and we'll see how it goes. But it is moving. It is a moving, boys. It's looking a little bit more free around here these days. So the only good thing we're going for us right now is that the toll booth kingdom filters traffic quite slow because I've got to go through a toll booth, which gives us a little bit of breathing space as the vehicles come out. So once we get more breathing space going through right now, more vehicles will go through. It's happening. The only way that this can now be fixed is time. Just a little bit of time is all we now need. But guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.